Good afternoon, this is Sean with Glass Home Inspections performing a sewer scope inspection on East Wildwood Drive. I am currently out in front of the house where we have two ground cleanouts. We have the cleanout that is furthest away from the house, the one we'll be entering first. This is going to take us back underneath the house to look at the sewer lateral line. Then we will retrieve the camera head and enter the second cleanout that is closest to the house, and this will take us out to the sewer connection. I'm going to reset the counter at each entrance. This way, if we do run into an issue, we can identify its distance from the start of the clean out at the front yard. Here we go. Alright, we are in the lateral line now. Piping material is ABS. There's currently a typical amount of what we would call fog, which stands for fat, oil, and grease buildup on the piping walls. This is common of all plumbing systems that have been in use for some time. Able to kick to the right there. We're going to go ahead and run down this line until we can't run any further, and then we'll go back and proceed straight. We can see we have another tie in there. We most likely will not be able to. That one is higher up and to the left, and I cannot articulate the head left or right. It is on a spring. We have another tie in there, which again, it doesn't look like we'll be able to jog to the left. Alright, that is the end of the line. That's where the line is going vertical. I'm going to retract the camera head and see if we can proceed straight where we initially made that right. Okay, we were able to get it. So again, the piping material is ABS. There is common fog, fat, oil, and grease buildup on the piping walls. Nothing to be concerned about. Once again, this is common of any waste system that has been in use for a number of years. is the end of the line where it turns up. Okay, no major issues underneath the home. I'm going to retract the camera head and then we will enter the bullhorn cleanout leading to the sewer connection, the neighborhood sewer connection. Okay, we are now going to be accessing this cleanout underneath this bush, the one that's nearest to the home. Once again, we are going to be restarting the counter at the piping entrance. This way, if we do identify an issue, we know its distance from the start of this cleanout. Once again, the piping material is ABS. We are seeing typical fog, fat, oil, and grease buildup on the piping walls. But nothing excessive. We are now transitioning from ABS piping to clay piping or terracotta. There is a moderate offset here at 35 feet. The water is still flowing over and past, but it is something that may cause future obstructions. See if I can get the camera head over it. There we go. Minor offset there within tolerance. again, a moderate offset here at 60.3 feet, so between 60 and 61. But once again, the camera head goes over it, so shouldn't be a major concern at this time. And here is the transition into the common line for all the houses on this street. You can see the water flowing there. Once again, two moderate offsets that should be monitored, but at this time are not a major concern. And these are most likely underneath the street and not in the yard, based off their distance at roughly 35 feet and roughly 60 feet. This ends our sewer scope inspection. Thank you so much and have a good day.